Hey, welcome back to Lamb Chop Builds. I'm gonna do a couple quick little tutorial, how I do it, tutorial type of thing here, real quick. And yesterday evening, oh, it came off. I'll put it back on. I made some heater hose using heat shrink tubing and some solder. I had another one in here; it wasn't glued on pretty good, so I'll have to make another one to find it and put it back on later. But I don't know what I've done with it; just fell off here, and I can't find it on my bench. But as you can see, it's a looks pretty good on there. You can bend it however you want, kind of posable. So we'll set that aside. Let me bend that up out of the way. That may end up popping off there too. May need to glue them on after I put it in. What we got here, I've got two different sizes. I'm gonna try one for like heater hose rather than just the radiator hoses. So I got my point 0.3 solder here, and my 0.8 solder, and these are 2 mil tubing. Pretty simple here. Let me find my lighter. Just something I thought of yesterday as I was working. Like I need to add heater hose because I'm having trouble finding some of the parts out of this old kit. Let me find a clamp here to hold it. Let me clamp it out here. Just leaving a little off each end here. And it will melt the solder if you get too much heat to it. So I'll just quickly run it over it, kind of turn it, run it some more. Maybe try and, while it's still a little warm, pinch it down with your fingers. You may not be perfectly round, but there you are. Nice little flexible heater hose. You can do what you want with it. Now, there's other wires you can use. If you can say you made it, you made it. I bet I probably, no, I can't. Let me get another piece of that solder because I thought about something yesterday. I hate when I have something right in front of me and then I can't find it. Because I was thinking with like the flex hose you see, it's got the ribs in it. If you wrap this around the bigger solder, would it work? Make it look like the ribbed flex hose. I only need a short piece for this. Cutters here. I don't need that much for what I was going to do for heater hose. We're just going to try something here. Probably going to be kind of hard to do. First time trying this on the camera here. So those are wrapped kind of. Let me move that down. We can at least get the idea here. Let's bring that a little closer there. All right, let's cut a piece of that. Just to try it here. I don't want to waste too much of this. Not that it costs a lot. Okay, it puts some out of the bottom here, but I think we're going to see it right in here somewhere. You can kind of see it taking shape right there. Let's see if I can get that in front of the camera. You could be more, get a little more precise with it. You can see it. It shows it inside there, so you can make like a ribbed hose if you wanted to, using that method. So how about that? So now we're going to try the small heater hose, heater for going to like your heater core or whatever. This may be too big a tubing, about like a 1 mil may work if I could find something smaller. So we're just going to hold that. This stuff shrinks up pretty good. That's almost starting to melt my solder there, I think. Yeah, it's not collapsing around it like it should. Yeah. So a smaller tubing would work for that. So we'll scratch that idea for heater core hoses. But it does work for radiator hoses, and you make a flex hose out of it if you choose. The next thing we're going to go with here is this tack I showed you guys yesterday I made in another video. I'm just going to do the big part of it here. I'm not worried about the light right now. So we're going to take our blade here. Use this for size comparison. Go here. All right. And I found using a regular blade, your X-Acto blade will cut this aluminum tubing pretty good. Looks like that rolled a little bit. Shave that down. Sand it a little here. Get rid of that edge. Okay, so we got that here. Yeah, that was rolling a little bit in my hand, I think. Now we're just gonna make the little ring around the top of it here. Don't take a lot, just to make a hold the face, I suppose. If that's what we call it. Almost through. Probably a good way to dull a blade. But you know. Here's how I done this yesterday. I used my UV glue. The stuff's starting to like the UV glue. It's quick. Don't have to do a lot with it. Apply it and let it go. I always keep spare little ends of sticks here. This stuff is fairly cheap, really. You know, this is expensive for the small bottle, but if you buy a bigger bottle, you can get a pretty decent bottle cheap. Cheaper, how's that? We'll call it cheaper. Get that on there. Same the rough edge off each side here. Don't want to go around my thing here. I may need to turn it around. Sand a little on this. Take the rough edge off here. And I'm sure there's other people who make their own stuff. You know, eventually I want to get a 3D printer to where I could maybe print stuff like this. As you can see, I'm going to bring that up. It creates like the bezel right there. If I can get that to a different angle. Be kind of rough and dirty here, rough and ugly, whatever you want to call it. So now to hold that, that ain't straight either, is it? There we go. More on there. And on that edge. Find my light here. Cure that up real quick. Set that out of the way. Cure up the rest of it there. It's off like a perfumey smell when you're drying this stuff. Don't stink. It smells like flowers. There. Okay, so now where's my? I gotta make my gauge face here, and I do what I done yesterday here. I'm just gonna get that over that. I probably need a better way to do this if I'm gonna do a bunch of them. I just want to know where my circle's gonna be. Ooh. It don't gotta be perfect. I think yesterday I done this before I put the bezel face ring on, trim ring, whatever you want to call it. So we'll put this on the back side. Just so we can see what I've done here. Because it ain't got to be perfect. No, it don't. It's super glue in here. Yeah, this is going to be a little different than the one yesterday. Let me sand that some. Where'd my file go? Try to flatten that out a little better. That lip on there was causing me trouble. Or it didn't cut straight. Okay. Let's try this again, senor. Super glue on that. I should be able to put that right down on there pretty nice and flat. Let that dry a minute. That's the back side of it. Where we're at. It don't take long for that to dry. See if I had some of that spray activator stuff. I could keep moving on. Let's go ahead and trim it up here. I'm going to order me a new pair. These are the sprues that came in, or sprue cutters that came in. Yeah. This little kit I ordered off Amazon a while back. Not bad though for a sprue cutter. I do want to get a good pair of good ones, or a couple pair. See, now we're getting closer to being round, as you can see. And it ain't going to be perfectly round, but you're not going to know it. I feel like I'm working away from the camera here. Now I should have done the one for inside here earlier. Let's see if I can pop another one off of this piece here and get it trimmed up and put down in there. That's why it's always handy to keep scraps of sheet styrene. I was watching David Parsley today. He's building a brush truck, I believe it is, with it was a Mobius kit for the truck, for the cab, but everything else is being built out of scrap pieces for 90% of the box, with some diamond plate he's using that's off of spare sheet rather than like small pieces. It's gonna look pretty good when he's done, I'd say. So let's this ain't gonna work right. I should have had this in first, then put the ring on. It looked just like the other one here. After I put my decal in, I used, let me find it here. Everything's in front of me, but I can't see it. Use that for the face. The high gloss Duraclear. Dries nice. Looks good. Looks like glass. So is that all I was going to cover today? Yes, that's all I was doing, I believe. A simple tack. And for the light, I used the smallest stuff I have in my thing here, 1/16 OD aluminum. Or it might even been brass. No, I use aluminum. Just a little piece, and dabbed a little glue on the end, super glue on the end, to get it and let it dry a little bit and texture it up a little bit to look like a light, and then painted it stoplight orange. Turn signal amber is what I colored it, and it turned out, in my opinion, looks pretty good. Ran a piece of the 0.3 solder out of the back, the 0.3 solder from the light into the housing. Done pretty good with that. Don't forget to comment on my giveaway video that was posted yesterday, Mother's Day, May 12th. Comment, be a subscriber, and we'll be doing a giveaway on May 26th for the Dodge Charger funny car model kit, and then some, I believe they're Pegasus wheels. Looking at them and seeing Pegasus wheels online. That's that, and some toothpicks. A homemade distributor that I made. I showed a video on how I made those, and then a pack of bits. So be sure to get on over to that video, comment, subscribe, share the videos. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Think what I'm doing. I'm getting back into this after a while. You know, I feel with this engine, I've come a long way on my detailing ability. Not pushing my limit, but I'm learning my limit. Growing, I'm expanding it. How's that? With that, happy modeling. We'll see you next time.